In this video, I would like to teach histology and paleontology. First of all, look at the word histology. It is derived from Greek two words, histo mean tissue and logos mean treatise. Simple treatise means to study. So simply we can define that the study of tissue is called histology. Now, what we study further in histology? The first thing is that composition of tissue. The second is structure of tissue, and the function of tissue. Function of tissue is called histology. Simply we can say that the study of composition, structure and function of a tissue. It may be plant tissue or maybe animal tissue. Now, what is tissue? Tissue, we can define tissue, a group of cells which are similar in structure and perform a specific function is called tissue. A group of cells which are similar in structure and perform a specific function. A specific function is called tissue. Function is called tissue. What is tissue? A group of cells which are similar in structure and perform a specific function is called tissue. Now, in histology we discuss there are two types of tissue. One is called animal tissue, animal tissues. So what are the animal tissues? So there are basically four main types of tissue, but we'll give just one and two example about. For example, we can study connective tissue, connective tissues, muscular tissue, it's called muscular tissues, and nervous tissue, nervous tissues. If we talk about plants tissue, so there are two basically main types of plant tissue. We call that plant tissues. So there are two main types of plant tissue. The first one is called simple tissue, simple tissues, and the second one is called compound tissue. The second one is called compound tissues. So, in this video I discuss that what is histology. So the word histology is derived from Greek two words, histo means tissue and logos means treatise. So simply in one line we can define that the study of tissue is called histology. Now, what we study in histology in detail? The first thing is composition of tissue, structure of tissue and function of a tissue. It may be plant tissue or it may be animal tissue. Now come toward that, what is tissue? A group of cells which are similar in structure and perform a specific function is called tissue. Now we have two types of tissue. One is called animal tissue, and animal tissue are further divided into four main branches. We will discuss later in chapter number 4 and cell cycle, cell and tissues. The first one is called connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue. And if we talk about example of plant tissue, so plant tissue we have basically simple tissue and compound tissues.